Okay.
He would, though.
Yeah, I would. Okay, let's start. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 363, recorded May 14th, 2014. I'm your host, Brian Kilby. With me on the show this week, we have, hey, Mickey, Rob Clay. Yeah. So, did Transformers ever make you sick?
You mean
In
like
what way?
Yeah, like spit in our face and give us like,
You know, this reminds me.
Ate too many of them, or
This reminds me of the story though, where Deathy would actually like bathe loose toys in his bathtub, like in water, supposedly. Yeah, those were the days.
was he in the bathtub with them, or is this just like Tea Party type play?
Do you think anybody actually wanted to ask that?
Yeah. So let's go ahead and.
Well, I want to ask.
Well, fine. Go find Deathy and ask him how he bathed his toys 10 years ago. 15, but...
Yeah. Oh, God, that was 15 years ago.
Also, I've had to, put some of mine in, like, various cleaners to try and get, old stuff off of them,
Ew.
cigarette, dirt, tobacco, whatever. I thought I'd better clarify that.
Especially with Mickey here.
Yeah, those screws just rust, like, immediately.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
Any kid who's taken a toy to the bathtub will tell you, if they still have them later, that, yeah, rust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my Trypticon, surely rusty. It's been in the bathtub with me. I think I've shared that story before. Okay, let's go ahead and jump to the show. On the show this week, we have the news, Q&A with Rob Springer, This Week in History, and a review of, is it More Than Meets the Eye 29?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Just out today.
Out today.
We'll try not to spoil it too bad.
Yeah.
Good. That will let's see here. Actually, one thing I wanted to mention, I got a chance to hang out with Don this weekend. We actually went to Retro Reboot in Charlotte, North Carolina. We met up at Sheetz because that's my favorite place on earth. And we had lunch at a gas station because I love it. And we did. And so from there, though, we drove south to Charlotte, and we stopped at some places looking for Transformers. No luck. Was hoping to find Transformers at Walmart, which Don was, like, deathly afraid that Walmart would, like, fire him if they knew that he wanted to buy Age of Extinction toys. So he didn't. So he's good. He's good. But we got a chance to go to Retro Reboot, and we had a lot of fun. I was actually totally shocked. I knew that at the store Jake had like some AFA-graded carded pretenders, like Bludgeon and Octopunch, and he always has a selection of like G1 Transformers and Unicron Trilogy, Beast Wars, pretty much all of that stuff. But I really didn't expect to see. Don actually pointed this out, and I didn't honestly think they were real, but they were. It was Double Punch and Omega Supreme, the Action Masters. Totally didn't expect to see that. I don't know that I've seen those at BotCon in years. They were still there when we left. He also had a boxed Landcross. It was just really awesome, totally unexpected. There were some UK G1 stuff. Those were pretty cool, and a loose Warbot Defender that I almost bought, but I ended up buying a few other things. Really fun. Don and I had a blast. We live too close, together not to see each other. Unfortunately, we're both pretty busy and we don't get to hang out. Rob Springer too. Rob's only like 6 hours away.
Only 6 hours away.
Yeah. Well, we only see each other like once a year. Need to remedy that. And John and I are only 16 hours away. God, we need to get together one weekend and hang out.
What are we doing?
I know. It's pretty crazy. But Don is like literally like an hour and a half or 2 hours away, so it's not that bad, especially if we meet in the middle. So
that's hot.
That was fun, yeah. It sure was. But yeah, so I love that. That was a great trip.
Going back to seeing the Omega Supreme and Double Punch, they made thousands of those guys when they were first released. You ever wonder what happened to all of them?
They wound up in some kid's bathtub.
They're still out there somewhere in somebody's closet.
Or in a landfill.
Yes, buried in the desert.
With all those copies of E.T. that were, not all of them were surfaced. resurfaced.
But some were there.
Yeah, some were there. So I mean, we
They're burrowing deeper into the earth.
that's could be true.
Incubating.
I mean, I didn't doubt. I didn't. Some people thought that story about E.T. being buried in the desert was apocryphal. I had no doubt that it was true. So I was not. I was just surprised they were able to find them.
This seemingly easily. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they documented the location.
Yeah, I guess everything matched up, huh?
Yeah.
Or they
Yeah,
just sent some
so-
guys out with metal detectors and didn't let them come home till they found something.
Yeah. Metal in a landfill. Imagine that.
Yeah.
But the ET cartridges were made of metal?
Metal contacts.
Yeah. There's some metal.
There's
in
How
it.
would
metal
you
in
see
them.
your metal contacts?
I have a feeling
Not very well.
Yeah, I have a feeling that. Yeah, I have a feeling that a copy of ET is not going to be that easy to spot with a metal detector. But that's just me.
Well, go find one on eBay, bury it in your backyard.
I've got a
and-
copy. I don't have to.
Okay, well, go bury it in your backyard, wait a year, and then go try to find it with the metal detector when you can't quite remember where you put it.
Yeah.
Do some science for us, Kilby.
I may do that.
Then Kilby will just end up digging up someone's old dog they left buried back there.
Why would he find a dead dog with a metal detector?
It's collar.
Who buries a dog with its collar on?
I would.
Which is
Okay.
It's the law. You have to bury someone with a tag with their name on it, so it applies to pets too.
It's like a metal. It's like a time capsule.
What if it's one of those collars that's, just nylon and plastic clasps?
I mean, it still have like its name tag or its dog tag. I guess. Literally.
If it had
No,
one.
no, if it's buried, that's going to have a nice tag because the family obviously cared about it. If they didn't care about it and had given it a plastic tag, they're just going to throw it in the dumpster with all the rest of their pets.
Man,
People do that.
You make a good point though.
It's true. Hey, did anybody get any Transformers this week?
Yes. 1 out of 3 was good.
What'd you get?
I got Scorn, Slug, and Evasion Optimus. And Scorn is worthwhile.
I got Scorn, Slug, Cosmos and Payload, and Swerve and Flanker. I've yet to open any of them though. Haven't had time. I got them all yesterday. Plus, I got.
What do you do at stoplights?
That's a good point.
Stop,
what does
hopefully.
he do at stoplights?
I also got my copy. I didn't even know this was shipping anytime soon. I got my copy of the Kreo Transformers character encyclopedia, so with my Orion packs on it. And I have to admit, the book itself is probably not that worthwhile.
Oh,
Damn. I was hoping it would be.
I mean, it only has to like the Series 3 in it. Obviously we only have Series 4 out now, but it's not a lot of content. You see this red space here? That's just cardboard. So yeah,
Great.
not a lot of content. So you like Scorn but not Slug.
No, Slug is a mess. He doesn't tab together well. Parts collide into each other all the time. Yeah, no.
Well, that sucks.
Decent knees, though.
He's got
I-
decent D's. Is that what you said?
Well,
Yeah.
I suppose. I never really thought of that as being a plus point for any figure, really, but
Well,
they
have
do
a few figures-
function.
Have a
Yeah.
few figures with really bad knees, and you'll start to appreciate the good ones more.
Yes.
That's pretty
is
much
a
what it comes down
positive
to.
And then Evasion Optimus, he's got some parts colliding issues with his arms going into truck mode. But other than that, he's okay.
I so wanted to get that. I didn't want to open it. I just wanted to have it because
Do
actually
you open any toys?
Yeah, I open most of my toys. I'm going to open these when I get to it. I just haven't had time. Actually, did anybody see Cheats tweaks on that Evasion Mode Optimus?
Yes.
It looks
Yeah,
really
it looks
nice.
a lot
So
better.
much.
Oh my god, it looks so much nicer.
Why can't I paint like that?
Practice more.
And how the hell does he find time to do all this stuff?
I don't. He must not sleep. Like seriously, he must not sleep.
I imagine like he's like a sweatshop in his basement or something that they're painting them for him, and he's just the face of the operation.
It's possible. That would be like who was it? Rubens, John Paul Rubens, or whatever his name was. Yeah.
Pee-wee
Peter-
Herman?
No. That's never mind. Whatever his name was. Art history was a long time ago. Yeah, Paul. No, Paul Rubens was Pee Wee Herman. I forget. Doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and jump to This Week in History. So this one, it doesn't make me feel that old because I wasn't watching it to begin with. But 1996, this week, the Beast Wars series premiere, Beast Wars Part 1 in the U.S. And that means that Beast Wars can vote legally because it's an adult. It's legal.
It's also legal to do other things with it.
Yeah.
Well, in some places that was as soon as 2 years ago.
Yeah. In Tennessee.
So Beast Wars had a really
Actually, no.
rough start for what became such a great show.
Yeah.
That first episode was pretty flaky.
Yeah, Beast Wars. When did Beast Wars... I didn't really get into Beast Wars until the second season.
I think it was about... it was the episode where Rhinox pulled out his chain guns. That's where I first fell in love with the show, I think.
That was like the third
6, I
episode.
think. 4 or 5, maybe.
Something. It was somewhere in the first handful.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't really do much for me to begin with. Of course...
No, I think when we got to like the second half of the first season, that's when they were really getting stronger with it.
I think that's where most people agree that it got good, but I was a little bit spoiled since I ended up starting off with like Code of Hero and those late season 2 episodes, and I ended up going back and watching season 1 and I'm like, why isn't this as good as that stuff?
Because you have to get through that stuff to get to this stuff.
True, exactly.
Just like first season of Beast Machines, the second season of Beast Machines.
Yeah.
They had to run all that way to get to the good part.
Just like G1 seasons 1 and 2 and G1 season 3.
Yeah, we had
And
to go
4.
through all of season 1 and season 2 to get to Bot.
All of season 1 and 99.9% of season 2. You know, I know that Bot's the last episode of season 2, but I always want to think that it was Wardon for some reason.
Because that was the last one you actually liked in season 2?
Probably. Probably. Let's see here. But yeah, Beast Wars can vote. There you go. And no, Don, season 2 is not... It's not better than season 3. You're not remotely right. And there's a reason you're not on the show this week. So
Wait, what did he say?
he's saying that season 2 is better than season 3.
Season 1 is better than Season 3.
Oh, no.
Of G1.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Beast Wars still. Sorry.
No.
No, season 3 is great.
Season 3 of G1.
G1.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
Season 2 of Beast Wars is better than season 3 of Beast Wars.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, season 3 is better than... Season 3 is the best of G1. I mean...
Without a doubt.
There's a lot of nice stuff in season 1 and season 2, but season 3 is pretty strong all the way through.
Yeah. It sure is.
Like Ultraman.
And I'm honestly not saying that just to antagonize Don.
He's not... He would be saying that season 2 is the best to antagonize me, but he's not. He really means it. So, Rob, you were on the Q&A with the design team at Hasbro last week. Tell us about that, because I honestly never read that news story. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. I had to just go back and look it up to refresh my memory. So, it was fun. There were a couple other sites there with me, Topless Robot, and another one who escapes me. But you know, the things that I got that I thought were the most interesting is I got them to talk about basically whose idea it was to get Chrome back into the line, and they're basically splitting the credit / blame on that one. They say they all love it. They say it's going to be probably restricted to the upper size classes because they are trying to make it harder to flake and harder to chip. So it costs more than it used to do. So it's going to be mostly on leaders and things like that, and Platinum Edition stuff from here on.
I hate Chrome so much.
Yeah.
It depends on the application. I do kind of like that Grimlock you guys were talking about last week.
Yeah, I like that too. But the bad applications of Chrome way, way, way outnumber the good.
This is true. I did one of the things I wound up reviewing for this was the Leader Class Optimus Prime and that Chrome Sports Bra.
Well, and the Platinum one I did back in February was it had the whole front of the torso in Chrome, and it would have been better without that.
Yeah.
But whenever I think of Chrome and Transformers, I think back to Transmetals, which, even though that Chrome did not hold up worth crap, it looked beautiful on all the figures.
It did.
Well, you
It
know,
worked on every single one of them.
I think part of that, honestly,
Scavenger.
is
Sorry.
that when you look at some, like the earliest promotional photos of the Leader Class Optimus Prime and Grimlock, they do not have chrome yet, so I don't think that they were originally designed with this in mind. And I think maybe if we get to the things where chrome is like part of the plan from day one, maybe it'll start looking better, like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But you know,
I love the pink there with that purple chrome.
yeah. But yeah, the other two things that they said that yes, it is a conscious effort to keep the joints on their newer figures tighter so that it's easier for them to hold a pose and easier for them to transform. And they talked about the process of getting this to work. And basically, every Thursday morning at Hasbro, the entire design team gets together and sits there and transforms each other's toys for 2 hours and takes notes. And they said, as much fun as that might sound like at first, it very quickly devolves into feeling like having your homework checked.
It is.
Then how
It
did
is.
Slug happen?
Somebody failed.
I think somebody cheated and gave it a pass.
Somebody's
This is fine. It's okay.
somebody's-
We'll just pass it on through.
somebody's dog ate their homework.
Probably sunk cost. They probably just assumed we put so much effort into this, we have to put it out.
Yeah.
No effort was put into it.
No, but like handling the Voyager Grimlock, I mean, the joints are really, like, I had a hard time figuring out how to word it in the review, because it's not that they're tight or stiff, but they feel like what you expect the joints to feel like.
Firm.
You know, they move
Pleasing.
they move smoothly when you want them to, and when you don't want them to move, they stay where they are put.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's they've got the best balance I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. And the last thing I got was that yes, the partnership with IDW will be continuing beyond the figures we have seen and they have planned. They have really been enjoying that. They think they are really proud of the work that they have done on IDW stuff and vice versa. It sounds like in terms of figures, ideas will originate at one and go to the other, you know, pretty much equally.
Yay, Galvatron.
Yeah,
Hopefully it'll be better than the last one.
wouldn't be hard.
No, but since they did that once, it's possible they could do the same thing again.
Yeah. But yeah, they do intend to keep with that, and they say they meet with IDW a couple of times a year to, you know, figure out basically, I think, what comic designs become figures and what figures they want in the comics. So, yeah, that's going to go on.
Don wants to know how Armada Starscream got a pass.
The original one or the new one?
New one. I don't.
It's a fine figure.
I
so.
like it. Yeah, so I don't know what he's
Well,
saying.
and you know, with the extra paint Takara put on it, it looks really pretty. And I've seen the Hasbro one in person at Kmart recently. It doesn't look that bad.
No, it's you know, a paint deficiency, yeah, but otherwise it's a decent figure.
Yeah, it's not bad. I really like that the design team did this, even though I didn't check it out, because not everybody can go to BotCon, and things like that are what I love about BotCon.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of have the go-ahead to go to BotCon this year, but I don't guess I'm going to because I think it's a trap.
I agree.
Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that if I did it, I would come home and all my toys would be on eBay, and my key wouldn't work. But there's always next year. Let's hope the next one is like in Dallas or in Florida or something again. Let's see here.
Or Raleigh.
I was thinking, like, yeah, why don't you shoot for the stars?
I would rather it be in Greensboro than Raleigh. Hell, I'd rather it be like in my backyard. My backyard.
There you go.
So
I think I'm the only person who doesn't want BotCon in their own state.
like, I would love to have it in Nashville. I think that would be
No,
No.
Nashville
sucks.
Nashville does not have any good like convention facilities, and the stuff they have, there's nothing around them.
But it's just like Brian Savage said when we were talking to him at 2012. They always look at Nashville. It'll
Yes,
happen
and they always
eventually.
see why it's such a bad idea to do it.
Probably.
Nashville is a terrible city that's ugly, impossible to drive in, and has nothing of uniqueness or fun value anywhere.
I wonder if they
It's a
could do it.
pit.
I wonder if they could do it in Knoxville.
And have the sun sphere. Yeah, that would be great.
We call it the Wig Sphere now.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Hey, maybe Atlanta. That's my hope.
Atlanta would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the news popped up earlier this evening of Generations Legends Cliffjumper, which is based on surprise Bumblebee. We only have a photo of the video or the photo of the vehicle mode right now, and it comes with the minicon that went with Optimus. So
This appeared on the big list of Generations stuff and other things from the customer service website months ago, so it's not a complete surprise, but since it wasn't at Toy Fair...
yeah, I'm wondering if there's any modification. My guess is no.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Not at this size. There's not enough money in it.
The deco on it I find somewhat baffling.
The deco?
Yeah, what is this purple going on?
Probably to facilitate the robot mode's colors.
Oh, so let's see here. Did Prime Cliffjumper have purple?
Only the Terracon one.
Maybe this is Terracon Cliffjumper. That would be terrible. I'm thinking out loud.
Maybe they just wanted to do something that wasn't a solid red Bumblebee.
Yeah.
That would be a
That
good
hasn't
choice.
stopped them before.
Right, but maybe this design team wants to do something different.
Let's hope.
These are mostly new people.
That's true. That's true.
They may have different ideas of how things like cliff jumpers related to bumblebees should happen, instead of just being, red, black, and gray. I don't know why purple either, but it might just be for the color of the minicon too. I don't know.
So let's see here. Now, XV said that when we get to this, that there's an update you want to mention on the potential Takara Generations repaints.
Yeah, because it's not. This is from the Transformers Generations book, and supposedly this is a list of candidate figures for an upcoming mail-away exclusive.
Mail-away?
Yeah,
That's in
every
Brilliant Publishing.
every other Generations book comes with a order form for an exclusive figure.
Oh, I thought the figure came with the toy, with the book.
No, you send away for it.
Okay.
The book just comes with the order form. You send those in so they know how many to make, and then they're produced and sent back.
So like Artfire and those ones that.
Artfire, Stepper. There was the Infiltrator Starscream, which was the most recent one that came out. But yeah, the list that's on T-Formers right now is all the characters that are included and are, I guess, up for voting, or however they're doing this. They may just be presenting all the possibilities they're considering. The only one there that's really interesting to me is the use of Nightbeat as Go Shooter, just because that's something that has not really been touched yet in any way.
I think it's interesting to pick from 103 Omnibots.
Yeah.
Although I would sort of suspect that if one of them got picked, the other two would probably end up cycled in for the next two.
Nope, just one of them.
Go Shooter makes sense for obviously for a Japanese market. It makes no sense here, but that photo, from what I can tell, let me actually show it. I'm not showing it on the video. Of the Scourge mold as Alphatron actually looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it's another thing like DevCon, which we were talking about before, where a lot of people wanted that to be a redeco, but Hasbro's not going to put out a mostly purple Autobot.
Let's see here. The Fallen. Actually,
yeah, I can really do without that, especially considering that mold's not really great at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for people who go to tformers.com to check out the story, but the Options are Alphatron based on Scourge, Fallen based on Cybertron Onslaught, Police Type Sunstreaker based on, well, Universe Sunstreaker.
Sunstreaker?
Yeah. Smokescreen, which is going to have a more alternators look to it. Let's see here. Black Drift. Boo. Omnibot Overdrive, that's cool, from Prowl. Camshaft from Wheeljack. Downshift from Ironhide. Silverbolt. Beast Wars Silverbolt. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't expecting that.
No.
Based on Beast Hunter's Grimwing, and again, Ghost Shooter from Master Force. So it would be awesome. What would be awesome is if was Ghost Shooter a headmaster?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be awesome. I couldn't remember. It would be awesome if Ghost Shooter was a headmaster, and they actually had to modify the mold, and that way we would actually have a headmaster that wasn't RC, and Don would.
That would be the tiniest headmaster to fit inside that mold.
I know. Well, they would have to do a new head. It wouldn't be the same size.
Yeah, so it'd be like a giant head on the body then?
Well, it'd be a larger head on the body. But the point is, it would be a headmaster that they would go to the effort to do that wouldn't be RC.
I'm all for the effort behind this, but I just can't see it working.
And
I
don't
love a headmaster as big as like a Legends figure.
Oh,
Well,
God.
they could
Like
no, they could do it. They
giant
could do it the size of the mini cons that come with the Legends.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, it wouldn't be very fancy.
That would be a
well,
flippin' ginormous head, though.
I don't have any of my Function X figures out, but I mean,
I have Smart Robin right here.
you know, those
Yeah,
heads are pretty small, and they could do the same basic thing smaller.
Yeah, Smart Robin's head is not large at all.
It would be large for that toy, but you know, reduce it like 10% maybe, and it wouldn't be totally out of place. Obviously, they're not going to do that because the whole point is to use Nightbeat's head, which was the Ghost Shooter toy's head.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying.
Uh,
So, deluxe head, it's actually probably more proportionate to a human head. Not
I know,
human.
but people don't like that in Transformers.
Yeah, I know. But again, you know, Don suffering. Funny.
I know. We all understood that was the motivation behind that.
We'll see. Okay, let's see here. What else? Okay, so that trailer that we talked about, the Transformers 4 Lost Age, Age of Extinction celebration, that's going to be held at a Toys R Us in Japan. They showed off this basic new design for Optimus. I don't know if we had talked before about how there was going to be a new Optimus mold that's more modern looking. We had this photo. I don't know now that is going to be the case, but that trailer does exist, and we actually have, in like 1:1 scale, it's a real trailer. We actually have a photo of what it looks like, and it has a big white Optimus Prime.
Well, actually, I think the final version, the Optimus Prime bust inside, is going to be in color because that's what the first picture looks like. The white picture is basically a work in progress of it, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm kind of hoping this is what the actual toy is going to be. It's just the trailer opens up and that's how it transforms.
I hope we get the toy. That would be interesting. But I don't really understand. Of course, it's Japanese, so.
So you don't understand.
I don't understand.
Just imagine this rolling to battle and like Megatron shows up in Transformed Robot mode and that Prime's trailer just opens up. He talks at him for a little bit, then he just tries to drive into him.
No, but there is the storybook where Megatron was hiding inside a big black car.
Yes. Yes, there was.
That
Why haven't we got
seems
a toy of that yet?
Well, you know, if this works, they could do that as the Megatron equivalent.
Yes.
That's what this makes me think of, especially with your example of that rolling out in the battlefield.
It would be so great.
Yeah. So we have a concept art from the Robots in Disguise version of Galvatron. It's
and
nice.
Jazz.
And Jazz. Galvatron's up first.
I know, but you can talk about both together.
I can, but I can't show them both at the same time.
No, but you can show one and, you know, then not skip to the article that's in the middle of those.
Or we can actually talk about those and then show them. So here's Galvatron. It's nice.
Busy.
It's a little bit, but it's very Galvatron. His cannon's purple, but that's my only... I don't hate that. It's just that's the most striking sort of difference to Galvatron. I guess, is this going to turn into a cannon?
Yeah, it's some kind of artillery piece. There's just not any art of it.
It'll be interesting, but it does look very much like Galvatron. And a toy based on this would certainly be better than that awful Universe Galvatron Deluxe figure.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
It almost have to be.
Almost.
And we also got art of Jazz from Robots in Disguise, so...
Which, that sure looks like a Jazz.
It does look like Jazz. We already got a pretty decent Jazz a few years ago, and this actually looks like it's based on that, or very much based on that.
It's kind of hard to say that, because, that Generations Jazz was just, about as jazz as you could be.
Yeah.
I did like the lack of wing doors on him, though.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I didn't catch that to begin with, but yeah, he is definitely missing the door kibble. Now it's arm kibble. Because...
He's gone Spy Changer.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have the wing doors in the cartoon.
No.
No.
No, it was one of the things that fell off when they were messing with the toy.
Like Mirage's legs.
Yeah, Mirage's legs were always an illusion in the cartoon.
I like it. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Would we get a toy based on this?
I'm kind of wondering if the Masterpiece Jazz we know is coming might end up resembling this.
I don't know. They go for as well. Actually, yeah, that would make sense.
Although, I mean,
if this was going to be
go ahead.
If this is going to be a deluxe, though, I kind of... It would have to be a downgrade from the previous one we got, because with deluxes are different now, and made cheaper, smaller, lighter.
Less alive. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit tangential to this, but I'm kind of curious what the Masterpiece Jazz will end up doing with the door wing, since that's not there in the cartoon model that they generally are aiming for.
They do aim for the cartoon model, but they obviously have to take into consideration the vehicle and the original toy to some extent. I mean, they don't completely ignore the original toy. I think that what they'll probably end up doing is figuring out a way to do both. Probably have it to where you can arrange the doors as wings, or possibly flip them down to put them somewhere else, maybe at the side of the body, or somehow,
or even tuck them under the roof.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
They would find something insane and extravagant to do that would blow all of our minds.
Possibly. It's not like the
you actually took them into subspace.
It's not like the Autobot car masterpieces are near as complicated as the bigger ones.
No, they are pretty great, actually. You typically don't even need the instructions. You can just sort of fiddle with them for a few minutes and get them.
Yeah, and if Prowl wasn't going to be $60 at Toys R Us, I'd probably buy one.
If at that price, you might as well just get it from HLJ or whatever.
Yeah, I think 40 would have been my cutoff.
But yet you're buying these function figures.
Yeah.
Man, the Masterpiece toys are so much better.
You have Smart Robin. I don't think you can really say that.
Smart Robin kind of sucks. He's okay.
Excuse me.
I'm kidding. He's nice. Hey, so we have Voyager Hound in hand. Or Ben Pia does. It sure is something, isn't it?
Green.
It's green. He has the
It's
beard.
a nice big pile of guns.
Yeah, he has a beard. Just like the character.
John Goodman. Yeah, he's John Goodman.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So, yeah. I can't
Keep
wait
the Lebowski references nonstop.
It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. John Goodman, has he done much in the way of voice acting?
He was in the first Robot Santa episode of Futurama, he was Santa.
And is that pretty much it?
He was back for the third one, too, wasn't he?
Probably.
Frankly, it is a Transformers movie, so voice acting isn't necessarily a skill that they're looking for.
Yeah, he'll only have 2 lines anyway, so.
Uh,
Yeah, because you could totally tell that Barricade was Keith David, or that Jazz was can't remember his name, but from Family Matters.
I mean, I forget half the time that Megatron isn't Frank Welker. Like, oh, it's Agent Smith.
well, you're in luck because in the new one, Galvatron is Frank Welker.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Maybe he'll sound like Season 3 Galvatron.
Ooh, yes.
I think Agent Smith probably forgot he was Megatron as well.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, he wanted to.
I just do not care for the voice acting in those movies.
Well, that's kind of my point, though. It's basically interchangeable, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, literally, you could just have Frank Welker do all the voices and be done with it.
Yes.
Nah, we need to get some Cam Clark up in here.
Yeah. Like, for the next movie, if they get Hot Rod in, he needs to be Cam Clark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we could have Spectre also voiced by Cam Clark, doing his Liquid Snake routine.
No, I'm thinking, though, you can do a Hot Rod to Rodimus Prime thing in the movie, and, Cam Clark can use his Prince Adam and He-Man voices to reflect the change.
No. Hey, so... do you remember that Strika figure that was based on the knockoff Onslaught we talked about for the last couple of weeks or last week? So
yeah, they're actually doing something smart with it now.
Now it's going to be Impactor.
No, well, not exactly. They're going to make an extra set of parts so that you can make it be Impactor. Is my understanding of this.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, but it'll be Impactor. That's all that matters.
Which is more interesting to me.
There's a cult of Strika out there, or at least there used to be, and I
No,
never.
there totally is. But the BotCon Strika figure, I think, is the best way to do a Strika update.
Yeah. But this will be really neat. I can't wait to actually see this in place. I don't necessarily like the idea of actually stealing an actual Hasbro mold, but if they're going to do it, at least they're doing something novel with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what the build quality is going to be on this, considering what it is. Because if it's not super expensive and the Impactor parts turn out okay, I probably would be interested.
This mold was always kind of janky to play with anyway, especially with the legs.
Really? I always thought Onslaught was really good.
So now,
I had issues.
Since they're doing this, and obviously they don't have any qualms with stealing Hasbro parts, what about getting that hard head out of it? That obviously the toy was repainted as hard head. We had that third-party hard head but nobody. It's hard. That hard head was hard to get a hold of after it was on clearance. As soon as the third-party hard head came out, it became really hard to get a hold of.
I got one from, was that Ross, Mickey, that we were at?
Yes, it was.
So, I didn't even pay full retail for mine.
Let's see here. How much does Hardhead go for now? A lot. Or at
least the magical world of Ross to find hard-to-find things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Surprised Metroplex never turned up there.
Yet.
Yeah, they weren't kidding when they said they weren't making many of them, were they?
And most of them went to Costco from the look of it.
I am really thankful I went ahead and jumped on that.
Never my Costco, damn it.
Yeah, and I don't really have room for a Metroplex anyway, so I'm not too broken up about never getting one.
Okay, so Hardhead was going for like $100 at one point. Now I'm seeing it on eBay for $40 to $50.
Yeah, because with the Toy World Hardhead, that's an alternative for a lot of people, even though I personally don't like it that much.
Is that Hardbone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best name.
Yeah.
Hardbone, Grind Rod. John, you have the nose and mouth version of that Hardhead upgrade, right? The comic book style one.
The foot-handed mouth.
I was like, that's me. Yeah.
That was the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive version, wasn't it?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds here. Please don't knock anybody down. Please don't. Light.
Which I like that they made the alternative version for people who aren't into the faceplate, but something about that always seemed a little off to me.
The proportions
thinks
just
you're a
on the
little
camera
off.
look a little Ewok.
I'll just, this is the way I'll look for the rest of the show. I'll just talk.
So we got the box for, actually, since the last week's show, the Primus package went up at BotCon. I think the Iacon package has, or Protoform. Was it Iacon or Protoform that hasn't shown up yet?
The Icon, the non-attending, the Protoform's the add-on for family.
The Iacon, the non-attending, yeah, that one has yet to show up. But we have photos of the box set. I like the box.
They were blaming problems with their FedEx tie-in for the non-attending to be delayed.
Mm-hmm. I like the box set. I like the box. It's kind of pretty, honestly.
Yeah, the box is awesome. I
It's
really
nice
like
art.
the layout.
It is. It's really
Yeah.
nice. This is probably, I'm not buying it. I kind of regret that I'm not, but this is definitely, I think, in my definite top 5 BotCon sets.
You know, it's better than last year's for
Yeah.
the most part. I mean, last year's had some good stuff, but there, like Scorponok, is like the only thing I want out of this very much, but I want it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I want it as a novelty. I don't want it as a figure so much.
I totally want this figure.
Yeah, so do I.
I like
At DEF CON as well.
I like Energon Scorponok, and I like it fine as Energon Scorponok. The fact that they actually went and got the spike head from Fort Max and modified it, I think is really cool. That's what I like about it. I don't necessarily
basically.
I don't necessarily like this as G1 Scorponok, even though it's a perfectly fine G1 Scorponok, but I don't have a need for that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a novelty. Yeah, DevCon is the figure I want.
DevCon's nice too. I'm kind of disappointed with Jinrai
Mm-hmm.
because it's an orange thing, and I just don't want it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's better.
yeah, it doesn't do anything for me.
No, that
I feel
mold.
like it should work, but it's just not exciting somehow.
It's the mold. That mold is to Optimus Prime, which is stupid since Jinrai's just, Optimus Prime under a different name in the dub. But no, I mean, you need a different Optimus mold to do Jinrai off of. You can't make it work on that one.
So what did you say about the dub?
Well, he's Optimus Prime in the dub,
Right,
of
yeah.
Master Force.
Yeah, which is way better.
And plus, they have
He's
used
Japanese.
this mold to death.
The other thing too is I saw somebody do a Photoshop of the Voyager Classics Optimus mold in the colors of the Power Master figure itself, like white torso, red limbs, and that looked much, much better than going with the Fire Guts colors.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it made it look a lot different than just an Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. So Fire Guts Fire Guts showed up once at the very end.
I think that actually happened a few times.
It's a few times, but
I think
it's
been a while.
But basing him, so you said he was basically based off of the Power Master, is the repaint, the Digibash you saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would look nice.
Yeah, I mean it would be different.
It would definitely be different. It would be obviously it's the Optimus Prime mold, but it would be an homage to the actual character.
Mm-hmm.
It would make way more sense.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, you can't win them all, and having Scorponok and DevCon in this set probably doomed everything else anyway.
It's still pretty cool. So I don't know what to think about this, but so you know how third party's been around for a while, and we've got like 4 dozen different Predikings and all of these things where there's so much crossover. So without something else to do, now they're doing the Autobot clones.
I kind of think I would have preferred to see the Decepticon clones more.
Pounce and Wingspan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't hate them, but I don't know why it's necessary. But I guess it's what hasn't been done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because somebody's even working on, a MicroMaster.
You did, and we already got like Top Spin and Twin Twist, right?
Yeah, nice ones
Oh, yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So I mean, there's all sorts of G1 stuff that's been hit. So clones, I guess. I
guess you could do like mini spies,
Yeah, where's our mini spies homages?
third-party decoys.
Why hasn't that happened yet? That's going to be like the easiest thing possible. Okay. So my 3D printer is being built right now. I'm finally getting it. So there'll be. I'll make third party decoys. They're not going to be flexible, but they'll be third party decoys. I'll totally do that.
You'll have to tell me how that
page on Shapeways.
Yeah, I'll set that up.
You'll have to tell me how that 3D printer ends up working out. I might have you start making me stuff.
So, oh God, why not SparkBots or something?
Oh, third-party SparkBots?
Yeah.
That sounds...
Yeah, because if you want the sparking gimmick, third party is the only way you could do it. Hasbro's not going to do that again.
Yeah, I mean that's
I
something.
thought of another way to do it, but it's not really safe.
Yeah, well, I'm still mad you never actually went through with it.
I'll do it eventually.
No, you won't. Well, if there's any more of those $3 Skylinks is around.
I don't know
What?
if I could... I've got this idea for a custom of Cindersar.
Yeah.
We're actually going to rig up a tube, run through his mouth. I'm going to spray lighter fluid through it and light it.
Wow.
And I finished the custom. I've just been too lazy to actually go out and buy the mechanical parts to do it.
See, we've got something to do next time I come down there.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're not.
You should film me while I set myself on fire. That'd be the most exciting part.
I will, because I will have like a new video camera by then too.
Ooh, what you getting?
Not even brand new, but just a new camera for better video than what I've been bringing to the conventions.
VHS.
Something that actually has focus.
Oh, I need to do that. I need to buy a new camera for video. Actually, no. I mean, so SparkBots, something that we're not probably going to see. Why not Pretenders? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
How could you do Pretenders well? I mean, I've struggled with the
Hasbro
idea.
didn't do Pretenders well.
Yes.
I think that's the
How
point,
could you make this
though.
concept actually work? I mean, I can't think of a way.
no. The only way to make it work is what was done with like Bludgeon and Skullgrin, which is to blend the robot and the Pretender shell and styling.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
But
But
I mean,
but then it's not like G1.
yeah, the only thing you could really do is a company make a big static Pretender shell, basically do the same thing again, but with a better figure inside it.
Let's see. I'm going to challenge some third party out there because I know at least one or two are listening. So do that, and then report back, and I will buy that. If you do that for me, I will buy it.
They should make more
Inspired,
Action Masters that transform.
But they wouldn't be action. Well,
In their
Well, but then
pre-nucleon
they'd-
states.
Then they'd be muscling in on BotCon's thing.
true. That would.
Although I love my BotCon kickoff.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
It's arguably the best version of that Jazz mold that's not Jazz.
Oh no. I'm afraid I have to disagree with you there.
Or do you want Stepper? Or do you like Stepper?
Wheelie.
Or, Wheelie. Well, there's only like 38 readings
I know.
of that mold.
I still need to get 2012 Tread Shot too. I think that's the only major use of that mold I don't have.
Actually, I mentioned Retro Reboot earlier in the show, but one thing they had that I wasn't expecting is they had a carded strafe based on Cyclonus.
Huh.
Oh,
yeah.
How much?
Game in a card.
$50.
That's not terrible,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Didn't
almost
you
bought
take out a credit card to get him? I mean,
Yeah.
I almost bought it. Hell, I should probably go back and buy it.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad price if you care about having that.
Yeah.
and
I
it's a
don't,
pretty
but-
looking use of colors on it too.
Yeah, it's not bad looking.
It's terrible as a strafe.
So
but
Andrew Bowman
Yes.
just tweeted me and said, "Masterpiece Monster Bots."
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be awesome.
Masterpiece Monstructor.
I would love that. But I'm totally doing the decoys, so don't let me forget.
If they made those proportional, you'd have this Masterpiece Combiner that's like the size of a deluxe.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Let's see here. Anything else?
No. Before we go off that topic, what they really need to do, the third party, they need to make new combination parts for the Micromaster combiners.
New combination,
Huh.
like the bits that you like the hips and the stuff.
Yeah, stuff that'll actually move and not like GPS itself to death like Universe Superion.
Yeah,
I would probably get those.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like those Micromasters are that hard to get anymore. Thanks, reissues.
Yeah,
That actually
not bitter.
Not really. I just want a set that's not going to fall apart with its original parts.
Yeah, that would be cool. Or just like in general, just more third-party pieces. They've done like Devastator to death.
Well, Hasbro and Takara also did Devastator to death first. So.
No, I'm talking about like add-on pieces.
I know.
So I mean, we've had some additional pieces for Predaking and a couple for Piranacon. But, where's the love for Abominus?
Nowhere. No one loves Abominus.
Abominus needs the love. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. We are going to Q&A with Rob Springer, and after that, we'll be back with...
I only read this once, and I didn't have to review it, so that's not a great choice, but I'll see what I can do. Okay, so Morden Meets the Eye 29 was really good. It was... I'd say definitely better than 28, so...
Yeah, a lot of the problem I think we both had with 28 was it was trying to do too much stuff in too many places at once.
Mm-hmm.
And 29 really dialed that back. So you're only really spending like one time period in one setting. You're not jumping back and forth and getting really confused.
Yeah. And... The Trial of Megatron is actually pretty enjoyable so far. Starscream has a line in that made me laugh out loud harder than anything that I can remember laughing in a comic for a very long time.
I'll tell you, James Roberts is like really nailing the Starscream dialogue with that.
Yes.
And the other thing, too, which I brought up in the review I wrote, was that Milne seems to be the only one that can draw Rat Trap's face and not make him look like a monster.
Yes.
Which, I don't know why it's so hard for everybody else, or why he's just able to do it so well, but I want him to do it more.
Well, he's
like,
good with
maybe
faces.
they can do it. Maybe they can do this like workshare thing where he comes and draws all of Rat Trap's appearances in the other books, no matter who the main artist is.
Sure.
They'll just leave blank spaces on all the pages and send them over to him to fill in with Rat Trap. That wouldn't be impractical or anything, right?
It'd work great with Windblade.
I kind of want to see that done sort of now. We're not going to get too deep into this because the issue just came out. We don't want to spoil it. But like the one really notable thing is Joanna LaFuente taking over on colors. Because Josh Burcham is moving on to do Samurai Jack and another title I forget off the top of my head. So the look is a little bit different in the book now. It was really interesting to me to see the way that the art kind of popped in different ways with the new coloring style. And I was afraid because Burcham had the really distinctive, washed-out, fluorescent, lighty color style. So everything looks a little bit warmer now, but after the first few pages, you don't really make the distinction anymore, I kind of found. Was it the same for you when you were reading it?
Yeah. Exactly. In fact, the first couple of pages, it was noticeable, and then after that, you're just reading the book, and it doesn't really occur to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, what I ended up deciding I was going to reconcile it as, if people have a problem with it, just imagine that Megatron, on his first day on the ship, or, at whatever point we're at, decided, you know what, I don't like these fluorescent lights all over the ship. Replace them with incandescent bulbs.
That works.
That's about what the color shift is between them.
Yeah.
So it was a really good issue. I was not displeased with 28. I thought it was a stronger start to the new season than Robots in Disguise had, but this was a lot tighter, and we're getting more actual stuff going on than we did last issue.
Yeah.
It's not trying so hard to catch back up to where it wants to be.
Yeah. I don't think it's having quite as much of a problem as getting back to regular business from After Dark Cybertron, but of course that's because you have the ship.
Yeah, you can just go away from it.
Yeah, there's this complete setting change in Robots in Disguise, and that's taking some adapting for me.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out in a couple weeks, I guess, because we got Windblade next week.
Yes, looking forward to that.
Me too.
Okay, so I was like totally transforming Cosmos during that. Thanks, Animated Plastic, for the tips.
It took you the whole time to transform him?
I didn't have the instructions, and I didn't realize I had to flip his waist
It's
around.
the Legends!
Legends are hard.
Math is hard. He's nice. He is certainly better than every other Cosmos that we've ever had.
That's
All two of them.
Yeah, it's a short list, and it's not really difficult to accomplish that, is it?
Actually, the other Legends Cosmos is pretty nice, but he's nicer, I think.
Yeah, because it's a bigger, more complicated toy.
Yeah.
He has elbows now.
And I really, really, really kind of hate. The cat wants in really bad. In the
Yeah, I would
office.
hate that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah. So I really hate UFO. Like I'm completely convinced that UFO is terrible now. I wish I'd saved my money. Thankfully, I got it on clearance.
Yeah, but if you actually managed to save your money, you wouldn't be you.
That's a good point. Okay.
The life of Kilby is the life of spending money foolishly.
I might need to buy a new car.
For BotCon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not going to BotCon. What do you need a new car for?
Buy a new car and drive it across the country immediately.
And if you're planning for the TFCon trip, you need to go buy like a knockoff car.
Well, my car is it's a Hyundai, so I mean it's pretty close. Hey,
Well, go buy a Kia or something.
Don, do we want to do it like rent a van for TFCon, and you like drive here and we drive up?
That sounds so
Well,
cool.
actually, if not to totally do the Fort Max and JD routine here, but if you want to go to Chicago, you do better to come to Nashville and go up 65.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Is it a toll road?
Not until you get to Chicago. No.
We could do that.
No, I mean, not just because it would spare me, 10 hours going one way for us to have to drive 10 hours back this way. But, it makes a little bit more sense for all involved because you're only going in one direction.
Yeah, we should do that.
Plus, if we time it out right, like if you get into Nashville and maybe stay overnight and we leave the next day, we can go to that sushi buffet that me and Mickey like.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mickey, you should totally come too if we can do this TFCon thing.
If we can get big enough van, maybe Rob Springer and Don will be on too. That'd be great.
Yeah.
It's been the smelliest van ride ever.
No, that would be the one to BotCon 2010. That was pretty bad.
It's not even a 10-hour drive from Nashville to Chicago. It would not be that bad.
That just sounds like a challenge.
I remember Kristen, Rob's.
I'm half taking it that way, yeah.
I remember Kristen, Rob's girlfriend, really regretting us riding together to BotCon 2010. Or that might have been another BotCon, but it was she thought it was a bad idea immediately.
It was the gas, wasn't it?
Yeah, it totally was.
And then she made it to the con and realized, oh, that smell wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see here. Anything else? Anything else going on, guys? No, that's a no. Okay, so thanks to everyone in the chat. We've had a very lively chat this week. You can join us live at tfradio.net/live and at tformers.com every Wednesday at about 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We stream the show on Ustream YouTube, Justin.tv. And we try to make that available to you. If you want to watch the live stream, because the live stream has stuff that the show doesn't. And, of course, the show has stuff that the live stream doesn't. So that's where we get you. We actually do archive those on our YouTube channel. So we do have pre-show and post-show typically at YouTube, which is youtube.com/tfradionetwork. I need to shorten that. Or I think it's at tfradio.net/YouTube. So that's always worth watching because we're pretty much unfiltered at that point. We pretty much talk about whatever we want to. So if you care what we think about Spider-Man 2 or Godzilla or Pokemon or Power Rangers and stuff like that, that's where you find out. I don't know. I enjoy it. Let's see here. Anybody have anything they need to plug? XV, newest episode of Superhero Time. You guys talked about the new Power Rangers movie, didn't you?
Well, sort of.
We made fun of it.
Yeah, we.
Thank
Good
you.
to know it's just that easy.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, well, I guess that does it. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/TFRadio and on Twitter at TFRadio. And, of course, all of our podcasts, including Superhero Time, those shows are available at tfradio.net. It's true. So I guess that does it for this week. For the guys, I'm your host, Brian Kilby. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.